And Freekeh once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with whole grain of the day, the one and only Freekeh. So, maybe you've never heard of Freekeh before. Maybe you've eaten it. Maybe you didn't even know it existed. But whatever the case may be, listen on. Why? Because we're about to dive into the wonderful world of Freekeh. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Freekeh is green durum wheat. So that's the first thing that you need to know. Also, Freekeh is native to the Mediterranean parts of North Africa and Arab countries, especially Syria, Lebanon, Jordan, and Egypt, where it replaces rice due to its superior nutritional benefits. So guess what, 23% Nation? There are other whole grains besides rice. That's right. And if you decide to delve into the different types of whole grains, you'll see that Freekeh is an option that has more nutrients. So please listen on to find out more. All right, now it's time to dive into a few fun facts. Freekeh is actually the name of the rubbing process used to prepare the grain, not the name of the specific grain variety. Also, the word Freekeh is Arabic, meaning what is rubbed, to rub, or the rubbed one. Okay? So, whether you remember that or not, just simply know that the word Freekeh refers to the process in which the grain is prepared, not the name of the actual grain itself. So there you have it, guys. Just a few fun facts about Freekeh. All right. Now, before we dive into the health benefits and the nutrient content of Freekeh, guys, we got to talk about the 5-20 rule, which basically is all about food labels. That's right. Learning how to read and understand food labels is very important, especially if you're looking to improve your health. That being said, the 5-20 rule is basically a guide. It lets you know whether or not a food item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, when we talk about the 5-20 rule, ultimately we're talking about the percent daily value column, or percent DV for short. Now, if we take a look at the picture, notice the parts that are highlighted in purple, or you may think that it's lavender, or maybe like a dark pink. Whatever the case may be, you can see the words percent daily value, and then you have a few, or shall I say quite a few, percentages highlighted as well. Now, understand something. When it comes to food labels, there are some nutrients in which you want less of, and then there are nutrients that you want more of. Now, the nutrients that you want less of are probably going to be saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium. The nutrients that you want more of would be the fiber, the vitamins, and the minerals. So, how do we make sense out of all this? It's easy. If the food item offers 0% to 9% of any particular nutrient, then it is not a good source of that nutrient. If it offers 10% to 19%, then it is a good source of that particular nutrient. If, however, it offers 20% or higher of the daily value, then it is an excellent source. So there you have it, guys, the 5-20 rule. All right, so now that we at least are aware of the 5-20 rule, let's see how it applies to our nutrition facts of Freekeh. Now, for today's serving size, we're going to say that a single serving of Freekeh is equivalent to 100 grams, or we can simply say half a cup, right? So here we go. So that serving is going to give us 353 calories, 60.8 grams of carbs, 14.9 grams of protein. What? Almost 15 grams? Nice. 2 grams of fat, and look at this, 12.9 grams of fiber. Amazing. Now take a look at zinc. Zinc comes in at 270% DV. So it is a whopping excellent source of zinc. Take a look at iron. 178% DV. Wow, that's super high. Also, copper coming in at 170%, potassium 113%, calcium at only 37%, but it's still an excellent source. And lastly, magnesium coming in at 28%, but it's greater than 20%. So Freekeh happens to be super duper high in all the very important vitamins and minerals. So there you have it, guys, the nutrition facts of Freekeh. All right, next up, the health benefits. But before we talk about the health benefits, Coach D wants to quickly talk about the principle of cause and effect, which basically states that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There is no such thing as chance and or luck. Everything happens for a reason. That being said, if you're currently unhealthy, then guess what? You caused it. If, however, you're currently healthy, then guess what? You caused that too. All right. So to make it a little more practical, the nutrients that we just discussed, well, those are the causes. The effects are the health benefits. So let's go through them one by one. Number one, Freekeh helps with weight control. So if anybody out there is looking to control their weight, or maybe you want to lose weight, then you definitely want to start consuming more Freekeh. Now, the reason why it helps to control with weight loss is because of the high fiber content. In other words, when you eat high fiber foods, you feel fuller longer, which basically means you're not going to want to eat as often. Next up, it aids in eye health. Now, there are two phytonutrients that we have to talk about. Why? Because they help you see better longer. Say hello to lutein and zeaxanthin. Those are the two phytonutrients that are found in Freekeh that help to protect your eyes. Also supports healthy digestion. Now, Freekeh is very high in insoluble fiber, which basically means it's going to help you have more frequent bowel movements, right? And that's always a good thing, because you got to understand something, that whenever you have a bowel movement, the body is getting rid of waste and toxins, which is a very good thing. Next up, Freekeh treats IBS syndromes and other digestive issues. Now, IBS simply stands for irritable bowel syndrome, right? And the reason why it helps out is because it contains prebiotics, guys, prebiotics. Also, it helps build strong muscles. Now, here's the thing about Freekeh that most people probably aren't aware of, is that it's very high in a certain chemical compound called glutamic acid, which helps to synthesize glutamine, right? So there you have it, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amazing health benefits due to Freekeh. All right. Now, for today's lecture, I had to visit a different website. Normally, I use forksovernice.com, but for today, we're going to use Naturally Ella. So I did my research and I found two amazing vegan Freekeh recipes on Naturally Ella. Now, the first one is entitled Black Bean Bowl with Freekeh, and the second one is Freekeh salad with sweet corn and arugula. So take a look at the pictures. Looks amazing, right? Now, if you're so inclined to make either one of these, just click on the description box, and guess what? I'm giving you the link to the recipe. Now, if you decide to click on the link, you're going to find the instructions and the ingredient list, and also everything that you need to know in order to make these dishes. Now, if you make them, be sure to taste them, and also let me know how things turn out. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, all right, Coach D, I appreciate the Freekeh recipes, I like the fun facts, and I even enjoy hearing the background information. But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more Freekeh? Well, the perfect day, and I do mean the perfect day, is Nature Day. What? Nature Day. Yes, Nature Day. All right. Nature Day happens to be the first day of the 23% challenge, which basically is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and it also helps to improve, or shall we say, save planet Earth. Now, here's the thing about the challenge is that it's monthly and it's always the first 7 days of every single month. So, being that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge simply means that Nature Day is the first day of every single month. So whether it's February 1st, June 1st, or even August 1st, it's always Nature Day. Now, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you want more information about Nature Day, right? So what is it really all about? Well, Nature Day is all about getting closer to nature. Now, yes, there are tons of things you can do to get closer to nature. You can go swimming in the ocean. You can go pet a pet. You can go buy a pet. But I say, let's get closer to nature by eating it. That's right, guys. Eat more plants. It's very simple. Now, for those of us who are looking to transition to a more plant-based diet, Coach D wants to offer a few transition modes for you. So why don't we try to become a 3% vegan, right? Now, a 3% vegan is anyone who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. A 13% vegan is someone who only eats plant foods and drinks only water 4 days out of an entire month. And lastly, we have a 23% vegan, which is eating only plant foods and drinking only water the first 7 days of every single month. Now, which one is Coach D? Well, I'm a 23% vegan. So that means that every single month for the first 7 days, I am a strict vegan. And all that simply means is that I only eat from the 5 plant food groups. So they happen to be fruits, vegetables and herbs, whole grains, nuts and seeds, and we cannot forget about legumes, meaning beans and peas. All right. Now, perhaps you're considering the 23% vegan or maybe the 13% vegan, right? And if that's you, I want to offer you a few tips to make your Nature Day successful. So the first tip is to go to your local grocery store and only hang out in the produce section. That's right, the produce section only. Why? Because that's where you're going to find all of your plant foods. Now, the second tip that I want to offer is rather than go to your grocery store, you can always go visit your local farmer's market. Now, if you happen not to know where a local farmer's market is, just do a quick Google search. Now, there are some advantages to shopping at a farmer's market versus your local grocery store, such as maybe lower prices. Why? Because the food isn't being transported from either a different country or from a town that's not close to where you currently live. Foods from farmers markets are grown locally, so the transportation time is way reduced, meaning less cost. Also, they use less pesticides and less herbicides. And chances are the food will be organic. Now, my third tip is to go visit the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. Now, here's the thing about that. Just simply walk over to the kitchen, or they may refer to it as a prepared dishes section, and ask the person behind the desk if they have any vegan or vegetarian options. If they do, ask them to do a quick taste test. That's right. If you like it, then go ahead, purchase the food by the pound or maybe even 2 pounds. And my fourth tip is to go visit a vegan restaurant. Now, why do I suggest you do that? Well, a shoemaker to his shoes. Vegan restaurants employ vegan chefs who know exactly how to cook plant foods, and they also know which plant foods to combine to yield the best tasting dishes. So that being said, go visit one. Right now, if you don't know that vegan restaurants exist, once again, do a quick Google search, put in vegan restaurants near me, and in less than half of a second, Google will give you the results. Now, if you decide to go visit a vegan restaurant, which I hope you do two things. Number one, let them know that Coach D sent you. And number two, be sure to order something with Freekeh in it. All right, time for our question of the day, and it comes from yours truly and the rest of the 22% nation. We want to know, which Freekeh recipe do you prefer? So was it the first one or the second one? Or maybe, just maybe, you know of a vegan Freekeh recipe that you would like to share with us. So whether you want to take one of mine or share one of yours, just write your response in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. This is your man, Coach D. Now, before I sign off, I got to ask you to please subscribe and like the video, especially if you love Freekeh. Also, don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated before, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. As always, take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.